Ladies and gentlemen, that's bravery for you. I met Scott today for the first time. And you know, what I was struck with was, here was a kid who just wants to play bagpipes. He doesn't compete, but he wanted to play here tonight. And it's a measure of Duncan Nicholson that he recognised that and gave the lad the opportunity he wanted to play. And I thought, to get up there in front of an audience of this size and perform like that was just says volumes for the lad. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, this is the centenary of World War I, and we've seen a significant outpouring of recognition and remembrance for the millions of soldiers that died during that conflict. As part of the programme, the band would now like to include a set to commemorate the centenary. In piping terms, we always associate with the World War I in particular tunes like the Battle of the Somme, the Bloody Fields of Flanders, but there were letters, songs and poems written in the trenches by soldiers lamenting their absence from home and lamenting the loss of the people that they loved so much. This set, which the band will perform, will include Rachel singing, and it will be 2 Gaelic songs interspersed with a World War I waltz, which Duncan has arranged. The first song is a letter to his lover, which was composed by Murdo McFarlane, who I previously mentioned, the bard. But the second one is Agnella Van, which is the White Swan. I think it's one of the most touching Gaelic songs you would ever want to hear, and it was composed by Donald MacDonald, who's commonly known as Donald Rua Karuna. And he was a veteran of the First World War, and he was a legendary war poet and Gaelic poet. And it's quite interesting that the name Karuna should come into it, because in the islands there's a tendency, especially where people have a common family name, to attach something to the name which distinguishes them when they're talking about them. And his maternal grandparents were actually involved in the Peninsular War, and it's said that his great-grandmother gave a last drink of water to Sir John Moore shortly before he died at the Battle of Corunna. So hence the local people knew him as Dol Rua Corunna, which means Red Donald of Corunna. So ladies and gentlemen, please be presented with the World War I set.
But if it should happen that I am killed in France and laid in the grave as thousands are already, my blessings go with the maiden so noble and fair. May her every day be free of care, and her life a source of pride. Good night to you, love, in your warm, sweet-smelling bed. May you have peaceful sleep, and afterwards may you wake in healthy and in good spirits. I am here in the cold trench, with the clamour of death in my ears, with no hope of returning victorious. The ocean is too wide to swim.